Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. I am Brandy Oswald, and you're here for a Vinyasa flow yoga practice. As with all of my classes, please know that you can do anything that you want. You can move through exactly as I am teaching. You can add things in, you can take things out. You can literally lay down and take a nap. Do whatever you need to do to feel good, to have fun, so that when you leave here, you can be nice to other people. Those are the only goals for any yoga that I ever teach. So for tonight's class, for the folks who are here with me in person, we will go ahead and press play on our playlist, and we are going to start in child's pose when you're ready. For child's pose, we'll take the toes together, knees open. We'll start to sit the hips back between our heels. Starting to connect into your breath. I hope someone watches this class in July and is like, look at her big scarf. Remember winter? Really starting to send that stretch into the hips, down the spine. We'll take a nice long hold here as we start to open up. With your next inhale, walk the hands over to the right side, stretching long in the left side of the body. Next inhale, we'll come to center, and exhale, take it over to the other side. Next inhale, we'll come to center and exhale nice and long. With the inhale, we'll come forward to tabletop. Slide your knees in beneath the hips, wrists come in beneath the shoulders. Starting to sway in circles here, loosening up the joints. Really surrendering to the breath. Taking those circles around in the other direction. And as you come back to center, find that tabletop shape. We'll tuck the toes under, sitting back towards the heels. Lift the chest up, stack the hips on those heels. Broad across the chest, pulling in through the belly. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows. Broaden that chest, really lifting your chest up to the sky as your belly pulls in. Try to take those elbows towards the wall behind you, really opening up. Beautiful. Then inhale, stretch the hands up to the sky. Exhale, come down, hands in front of the face like a prayer you can hold here, or take the right arm cross over the left and start to wrap the arms. Drop the elbows or drop the shoulders low. You might start to lift gently in the elbows. So whenever this becomes too much on the feet, just simply release the toes, sitting on the shins. Breathing into that space in the upper back, in between the shoulder blades. Next, inhale, open back up, bend elbows, lift the chest to the sky. Exhale here. Inhale, draw the arms straight up overhead. Exhale, come down through prayer hands. Again, option hold here or option to slide the left arm over the right. Wrapping the arms, you drop the shoulders. Option to gently lift the elbows. Next, inhale, start to unwind, bend the elbows, open up to the chest. This time on the exhale, come forward, plant the hands and knees back to tabletop. You'll tuck the toes, take an inhale. Exhale, draw the hips up to the sky, sending them into downward facing dog. Hips go up and back, knees stay bent to start. Really pressing back against the palms to shift all your weight towards the wall behind you and down the legs. And then start to pedal out the feet, walking the legs a little bit here in place. Eventually, when you're ready, deep bend to the knees, point the hips up into the sky, and then slowly over time, if you choose, begin to lengthen through the backs of the legs, finding a nice down dog hold. The knees can always stay bent, no need to be straight here with the legs. The goal is to really get a long spine and the hips up high. If you can do that with the feet flat on the floor, great. If not, lift those heels up, bend the knees. Nice deep breath here, engage the muscles of the legs. Squeeze in the muscles of the arms. The elbows aren't bowing out, we're squeezing in here. Feel that belly pull in. Next, inhale, using your low belly, lift the hips to the sky, come up to the balls of the feet, gaze to your thumbs, and gently step your feet forward to meet the hands. Exhale to fold here. Give the head a shake yes, a shake no. Sway it side to side. And as you come back to center, inhale, extend halfway lift. Fingertips to mat or shins. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep the gaze down to protect the neck. And exhale, tuck it in. One last time, inhale, lengthen. This time we'll exhale and hold, forward fold. Next, inhale, start to rise up. We'll reach up, look up. Exhale, hands come down towards the side, Salama sits feet. Taking sun salute A. Inhale, sweep the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, lowering down through that plank or knees and chest, or skip it all together. Inhale for upward dog, shoulders rolling back, chest pressing up. Exhale, use that belly, lift the hips. We'll hold downward facing dog. Staying with that breath. On the next inhale, lift the hips, gaze to the thumbs, step or float, feet to hands. Exhale when you fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Reach up, look up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Same thing, round two. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back. Option to lower through plank, knees and chest, or skip it, meet us in downward dog. Inhale, upward dog, option to lift the thighs, engaging them. Exhale, lifting back, downward facing dog. Really listening into your breath, long and slow. Next inhale, lift the hips, lift to the thumbs, step or float, feet to hands. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, Samasthiti. We're taking sun salute B now, but we're going to slow it down. Inhale, bend the knees, cinch your hips. Lift the arms up, chair pose. Take a full round of breath here. As you find it, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back. Option for that vinyasa or skip it, downward dog. From downward dog, plant your left foot, step right foot forward, rise, warrior one, and hold. Equal weight in the feet, equal weight in the legs. Staying with that strong, steady breath. With your next exhale, hands down, frame your front foot, step it back. Option for the vinyasa or skip it, downward dog. Right foot plants from downward dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, arms rise up, warrior one on the other side. Next exhale, hands come down, step your left foot back. Again, optional vinyasa. Vinyasa is plank, up dog, down dog. All together we meet and hold, downward facing dog. Next inhale, use the belly, lift the hips, gaze to the thumbs, step the feet up to meet the hands, and exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sit the hips, rise up and fold, chair pose, Utkatasana. Hips go back, tailbone tucks, chest open. Next inhale, straighten your legs, drive up through the arms. Exhale, sweep the hands, Samasthiti. Same thing, round two, nice and slow. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms. With an exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extend halfway. Exhale, step it back. Moving through that vinyasa. From downward dog, plant the left foot, inhale, right foot steps forward, arms rise. Holding that warrior one nice and strong. Beautiful. Feel the strength in those legs, the power, the stability. Big inhale. Exhale, hands down, right foot steps back, optional vinyasa. Once you reach downward dog, inhale, step your left foot forward, right foot plants. Arms rise up, warrior one, side two. Next, exhale, hands down, step the left foot back, optional vinyasa. Finishing off our last sun salutation, we'll hold downward facing dog. Feel the fingers spreading wide, rooting into the mat. Toes spreading wide, rooting into the mat. A gentle lift in the palm of the hand, a gentle lift in the sole of the foot. Next, inhale, lift the hips, gaze comes forward, step or float, feet to hands. Exhale to fold. Inhale, bend those knees, sit the hips, lift it up, chair pose. 3 breaths here. With the inhale, stand up nice and tall, push through the fingertips. Exhale, sweep the hands down, Samasthiti. Inhale, have your feet open hip distance or further. I come toward the edges of my mat. Inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, hands on the hips. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hips come back, forward fold as the chest dives forward. Beautiful. Option on hands, whatever you want. I take peace fingers around the big toes. You can bend your knees to make that connection. Inhale, we're going to extend halfway lift. Exhale, tuck the chin, forward fold. And so I like to think here about making the connection between my ribs and the tops of the thighs. So often that starts with our knees bent. This is where I started in learning this pose. And then over time, as I got more flexibility in the hamstrings, I could gently start to lengthen the legs up while I kept my ribs connected to the thighs. Then you can play with giving weight to the ball of the foot, towards the heel of the foot, somewhere in the middle. See what feels best. Nice deep breath. Beautiful. Next inhale, extend it out halfway lift. Release the hands down to the mat. From here, just turn the heels in, switch the toes to face out. Start to sit your hips down. Option one here is you can come onto a block if it's hard to come into that full squat. Option two, if it feels like even that is too much, stay up high, hips and knees in line with each other, press the thighs open in a low squat. If it all feels pretty good, you can tip the tailbone way down to the floor, get your hips between your feet, and come into that full malasana. Nice. And then we start to dip those arms down the legs, shoulders drawing down even further, really pressing open. Getting that nice deep hip stretch. secretly because of all the work I do with so much wellness and women's health, I kind of love this posture because the whole downstairs region is really open in this one. It's a nice release in the pelvic region and the pelvic floor, just to letting go. Once upon a time before toilets, we did this pose way more often than we do now. I literally heard someone one time, this is not a joke, it sounds like I'm about to tell you a joke, but I swear I'm not telling you a joke. Someone, a yoga teacher once told me, and I don't want to say it was the pose Malasana in Sanskrit, but it might actually be the word Malasana. But anyways, this pose was literally referenced as the shitting pose. I love it. Now modern day yogis in America are like, oh, so sacred. And ancient Indian yogis were like, nope, this is the shitting pose. We're going to strengthen our legs to take better shits. You know, before squatty potties, we had to figure out what to do. Anyways, now that you're all strengthened for your camping poos, from here we'll plant the hand. You can hop, step, or float your legs back into your plank chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Next, inhale, take your right leg high, three-legged dog. And we'll just lift and hold here for a moment, really getting a stretch in the back of that left leg. And then exhale, bend your knee, open the hip. Inhale, lengthen that leg back out. Exhale, push your right foot back down on the mat. And we'll just switch it out. Inhale, left leg into that three-legged dog. As I was just cueing three-legged dog, my brain was literally going, say warrior three, say warrior three. And the other part of my brain had to go, that's not what we're doing. Mindfulness, telling your brain when it's wrong. Bend your knee, open the hip. Next, inhale, lengthen that leg back up. Exhale, place the foot down. From here, we're going to play with some variations on three-legged dog, and I can't do it with a distracting sweater because I will fall over on camera, which isn't bad. It's just, you know, not what you expect to see. So from here, left foot is going to stay down again, but you might need to step it in a little bit closer to your hands. And then inhale. From here, we're going to take the left hand to the left ankle. So right now you're in a different three-legged dog, 2 feet, one hand. And then if you're feeling lucky, start to place weight in that left foot, in that right hand, come up onto the right big toe. So lift weight out of the right foot. And then slowly over time you might play with sliding your right foot towards the sky, two-legged dog. When I first did this, I was like, I didn't even know bodies could do this. It's okay if you're at home like, yeah, mine can't. That's okay. Eventually, right foot comes down and we just switch. Left hand to the mat, right hand to that right ankle. Placing weight into the right foot, left hand, come up onto the left big toe. And then maybe start to shift it up. Ooh. And when you're ready, send that left foot down, right hand down. Beautiful. Step the feet back into that full downward dog. One more time, inhale, sweep your right leg up to the sky. Don't worry, we won't be here forever. Exhale, send that knee forward towards the chest. Step the foot between the hands. Take your back heel to the mat, windmill up and open, warrior two. Nice. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, hips come behind us. Right hand down, left arm to sky, triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. Next inhale, we'll rise it up back to that warrior two. Then exhale, window the hands down, frame your front foot. Optional vinyasa will meet in downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, left leg, three-legged dog. Send that knee forward towards the chest, step the foot between the hands. Back heel to the mat, windmill up and open, warrior two. Next, inhale, lengthen that left leg. Hips come back. Exhale down with the left hand. Towards the sky with the right. Triangle on the other side. Beautiful. Next, inhale, rise it back up towards that warrior two. Exhale, windmill the arms. Plant the hands, step back, optional vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. Beautiful. Staying with that right side, left side. Inhale, three-legged dog with the right leg rising. Exhale, draw the knee forward towards the chest. Step the foot between the hands. Beautiful. This time, draw the shoulders down the back. Find that runner's one. Nice deep breath. And then exhale, drop your back knee to the mat. Release your back toes. Inhale, start to reach those fingers up for that right thigh. I like to interlace. Inhale here, big breath. Exhale, sink that left hip flexor towards the floor. Beautiful. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, shift your weight back, lengthen the right leg. Exhale, tuck your chin and fold. We'll inhale to take it forward. Walk the hands inside of the right foot. Big breath. Draw the shoulders down the back. Exhale, keep that left hand down. Inhale, take the right arm to the sky. Coming into your twist, option one is here. Option two, right arm parallel to the floor. Option three, bend the back knee. Reach for the outer edge of that back foot. Then exhale, we'll release. Send the hands down inside that right foot. Tuck your back toes. Start to lift up. Exhale from here. As that left knee rises, inhale, step your right foot back. Option now, hover in a three-limb plank. And then we'll step that right foot down, tuck the toes, finding our high plank. Nice deep breath here. Feel the strength all the way down the body. Optional vinyasa, or lift those hips up and back. Find that downward dog. Inhale, send the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, step the foot between the hands. Take that back knee down to the mat. Option to untuck the back toes. Beautiful. Oh, we skipped runner's lunge. That's okay. Must be meant to be. Inhale, rise it up. Hands come onto that left thigh as we sink the right hip down to the floor. And then exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. From your inhale, lengthen out that front leg. And with an exhale, tuck your chin and fold. With the inhale, send it forward. That left knee above the left ankle, maybe heel toe it out just a little. From here, right hand stays on the mat. And inhale when you lift the left arm to the sky. Option to draw that left arm parallel to the mat. An option to bend that back knee, grab the outer edge of the foot. I could just see someone across the street diagonally in their window, which means they can definitely see me. And I live inside of this room like no one can see. Like somehow there's black paper over the windows. My brain understands that people can definitely see in. Some part of me doesn't seem to care. Kind of seems stressful. I hope my mom's not listening to this. Exhale when you release. Hand comes down inside that left foot. Tuck your back toes. Lift the knee up off the mat. Then inhale when your left foot steps back. Hover and hold that plank. Nice deep breath. Left toes come down. One more breath here. Optional vinyasa. We lift it up and back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. From here, we're going to work a little bit into the quads and into some heart opening, chest stretching. Bend the knees, lift the hips, look to the thumbs. Then from here, step or float the feet forward to the hands. We're going to come down here to our knees. We're working towards camel Ustrasana. Toes tucked like earlier. From here, instead of having the hips on the heels, we're going to start to lift up. Seeing if your hips can come into alignment with your knees. Beautiful. From here, forward camel. The way I like to do this is in steps. So gently tucking the tailbone, pressing forward so the quads are nice and straight. Start to lift the chest up to the sky. For the first one, you might just hold here, bring the hands to the low back, lift the gaze. Taking a few breaths, exhale, release. You can dive out over those legs, maybe even untuck the toes. Adding on however you'd like. We're going to inhale, send it back up again. You're going to tuck up the tailbone, drive your pelvic bone forward. Lift your chest up into the sky. With the chest lifted, you might reach the hands back to those heels. Pressing off with the heels, exhale, take it down again to fold over the legs. Every time I do camel, it feels like my whole body is being blown open with fireworks. Whew. When you're ready, we're going to take one more. Tuck the toes under if you'd like. Or if it feels good, you can leave the toes nice and long, a little bit deeper. From here again, driving the hips up over the knees. Taking that tuck of the tailbone, pressing your pelvic bone forward. Driving your chest up into the sky. Really lifting, it's an upward lift that facilitates that back bend rather than a crunching in your low back. As you'd like, reaching for the heels. Pressing off the heels, send it forward, dive out over the legs, and one more time. You might even bring the knees together, rolling up into a tiny little seed. Next inhale, start to rise it up. From here, we're going to slide the legs out in front of us, taking a seated forward fold to counter that back bend. Scooping those hips up. Beautiful. Hands, fingertips, plant by the hips. We're going to inhale, lift the chest. As you do, try to lift those hips up over the tops of the thighs. Big inhale. Exhale, dive the chest forward, walk the hands out. Hands to mat, shins, sides of feet, big toes, whatever feels good. Stay nice and long in the spine, and then tipping the gaze down to those legs. Inhale, gaze towards your toes. Whatever you're holding on to, pull against it. Take a big inhale, lift your chest. Coming in a little bit deeper, exhale, forward fold. Next, inhale, lift your toes. Exhale, walk back up. We're going to sneak our way into pigeon pose here. You can bend the left knee up. That foot opens to the side. Your right foot comes in. Foot is flexed. Sole of the foot pointing out. Shin comes parallel to the front edge of your mat or in slightly. Start to walk the left leg around and then lift your right hip up over top. Inhale here. Drawing that right hip back now. With the left leg nice and long. Exhale, if you choose to, you can fold over that front leg. Really allowing yourself to release and relax with each and every breath. Next inhale, we'll start to rise back up. Exhaling at the top. And from here, you can release however you'd like. I'm just going to tuck the right leg under. Stepping back towards your plank or downward facing dog, pedaling out the legs a little bit. And then we'll switch. The left leg comes forward, the shin to the mat. Left toes flexing. The shin can be in slightly or drawing parallel to the front edge of that mat. Walking the right leg back. That left hip really drawing back behind you. Inhaling here. And if you'd like, starting to walk down towards the forearm. When you release side two, inhale, rise up. This time I'm just going to swing the right leg around to meet, the left coming around to the front. Planting the soles of the feet on the mat, scooping those hips up towards the heels. Inhale, extend out through the arms, lift the chest nice and broad. Slowly with an exhale, starting to draw down to the back, really using the muscles of the belly to create some tension as you roll down. Once the shoulders and the head come to the mat, hug the knees into the belly. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, a sigh of release and relief. Taking circles here, the knees can come together, just massaging out the low back. Sending those circles around in the other direction. Beautiful. Legs extend straight up to the sky, releasing a little bit of pressure here, gentle inversion. If you love shoulder stand, you can take this up a little bit higher, rolling the hips off the mat, hands pressing to the low back. But really just finding a space of relief. Nothing too strenuous. And then as you're ready, bend those knees back and towards your belly. Drop the soles of the feet to the mat. Start to walk the soles of your feet together and your knees open. Supta Baddha Konasana. Stretching into those inner thighs. Once again, opening up in the pelvic region. If you know that you tend to have a tight pelvic floor, you can use the breath here to relax. Then inhale to create spaciousness, to expand. And the exhale softens the tension in those pelvic floors. The inhale stretching, lengthening, expanding. The exhale softening the tension. Staying with that rhythm here in the pelvic floor if you'd like, or sending it to any place in your body where you are experiencing tension. And you can choose to take your final resting pose right here. Or as you like, begin to lengthen the legs out long, coming into Shavasana, your final resting pose. Wherever you are, letting that awareness return to the breath. Noticing the sensations of your body. So much of our yoga practice in modern America is focused on what I think of as the doing yoga, the asanas, the physical posture. But a hugely important part of the yoga practice is not so much the doing, but the being. What I like to call the noticing yoga. And there's nothing that needs to be done except simply notice. To show up, to allow yourself to simply be. Without needing to take action, without needing to perfect or do anything. Acknowledging for ourselves that it is enough to simply be in a moment without needing to do anything. And so giving yourself that permission as you come into Shavasana. Om Viporya Devaye Vimaye Kameshwarya Chadimahi Kana Klina Rachoreyata Om Tripoya Devaye Vimaye Kameshwarya Chadimahi Tana Klina Rachoreyata Om Tripoya Devaye Vimaye Kameshwarya Chadimahi Tana Klina Rachoreyata Om Tripoya Devaye Vimaye Kameshwarya Chadimahi Tana Klina Rachoreyata Om Tripoya Devaye Vimaye Kameshwarya Chadimahi Tana Klina Rachoreyata Om Tripoya Devaye Vimaye Kameshwarya Chadimahi Tana Klina Rachoreyata And with that closing chant, we invoke the goddess Lalita Tripura Sundari, the goddess of erotic spirituality. And I'll leave us here with a reading on the goddess. Lalita Tripura Sundari, the charming beauty of the three worlds, is the form of the goddess who most successfully holds together the apparent opposites of executive power and sexuality, and of sexual and spiritual love. Queenly and playful, she represents a most delicious form of the integrated feminine. She is connected to Parvati, who is herself a beautiful form of Kali. In a sense, Lalita integrates the qualities of Parvati, the faithful yogini wife, with those of Kali, the untamable wild woman. I love this new goddess, Lalita Tripura Sundari. She's not new, she's new to me. We're becoming real good friends these days. The reading there was from the book Awakening Shakti by Sally Kempton. As you're ready, you can choose to close your practice where you are in Shavasana. Or over the next few rounds of breath, slowly bringing yourself back to seated position. As we come to seated, we'll draw the hands over the heart rather than in prayer shape, one palm down and then the other on top. I've been closing my practices like this week just to connect to that heart space, to connect into that love and compassion. Feeling the rise and fall of the breath beneath your palms, a gentle vibration in the chest. Perhaps holding in this space anyone or anything that you're feeling love for in this moment. Allow that love to shine bright within you. And in doing so, allowing you to love even more. With an exhalation, we'll release the hands into that prayer position now, closing our practice as we always do, with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste. Awesome. Everyone who's listening on the recording, thank you so much for joining me. You can find all the classes on the Sauvage Wellness YouTube channel, or you can get the link at sauvagewellness.com/yoga. I'm going to end my recording here and join with my live friend.